Hi everyone, my name is Kelly Owen and I'm one of the conceptual physics teachers. So hi if I don't already know you. And welcome to my video. I am going to tell you a little bit about how your portfolio might look at this stage and give you a few things to look out for to make sure your portfolio is in tip-top shape. First and foremost, you all received a template. So with this template, you should have adapted it, of course, to have your own name on the first slide. The 3 slides that follow are instructions as well as the assessments for each competency, the rubrics and reflections. Just leave those there and you can use these as you continue to build your portfolio. The blue slides, think of these as dividers in a binder. So if you have a binder and you have dividers in it, you don't put any content on the dividers. They're just there to tell the user, this is the section and this is the title. So that's what these blue slides are doing. This tells me I'm in the critical thinking and problem solving section of my portfolio. In this section, we should see at least one thing, which is your pendulum capstone. So everyone should have their video and their reflection on the pendulum capstone in this section, so in their critical thinking and problem solving section. Now notice that this slide has a couple of things that aren't ideal, and what I mean is the directions. So add an image or multiple here. Once you've added the image, you don't need the directions anymore. This is your portfolio, so feel free to clean it up a little bit. Once you've filled out the reference or filled out the reflection, you don't need these instructions anymore. So feel free to delete those as well as the arrow. I noticed that on some of the template slides, the rubrics were titled with collaboration. So feel free to change the title of those rubrics to critical thinking and problem solving if that's the section it's in. So make sure your title in there make sure that title matches the slide. Just a couple formatting things there. So of course you should rate yourself on the check, check plus, check minus, and then write a reflection about why you gave yourself those evaluations. Feel free to add in more content or more artifacts to your critical thinking and problem solving section if you would like. There is no limit here. As long as you include an evaluation for each artifact, that's okay. But we at least want you to have your pendulum capstone in this competency section. For ownership of learning, pick something that displays what you think is your ownership of learning. So here we have a few different examples in this section. We have some snapshots of notes, as well as the reflection and rubric filled out. Here we have an exchange with a teacher via email about the student's ownership of learning. However, the reflection and reasoning is not yet filled out. Make sure you do that. The student took a picture of their desk and their notebook and explained their reasoning. Here's another snapshot of a notebook. But by no means is this exactly what you have to do. If you have another idea of what displays your ownership of learning best, feel free to include that. So you can completely personalize this, and this is by no means a requirement of what you have to put in here, but just a few suggestions and examples. Now this divider slide tells me I'm in the collaboration section of my portfolio. Everyone should have the reflection on collaboration about the whiteboard meetings. That's one thing that everyone should have. Here's a couple of different examples. In communication of ideas, we are also asking you to put in your pendulum capstone into this portfolio section and reflect on your communication of ideas regarding your pendulum capstone. For reflection and growth, Once again, this is completely up to you what you decide to put into this section in your portfolio. So go through your previous assignments and pick something that you think really shows your reflection and growth. A couple of examples here are snapshots from their video feedback and their whiteboard feedback from their peers, an email exchange with the teacher, and the most important thing, well, maybe not the most important, but every slide or artifact needs to have the rubric filled out as well as the reflection piece. This is what you're going to be using with your teacher to determine your grade. So the better job you do of being really honest and really reflective, the richer your conversation will be with your teacher to discuss your grade. And finally, let me move my little head here. We have a slide with a goal on it. This is a goal that you determine for yourself so that you can talk to your teacher about how to hold yourself accountable and what is it that you're really working on this semester. Your goal should be specific, measurable, achievable, realistic, and timely. So one example that I came up with for a SMART goal is this semester, I will incorporate feedback from my peers and teacher on assignments at least 5 times. Of course, your goal is up to you. It's whatever you would like to set for yourself. So once again, this is just an example of what a portfolio might look like. It's up to you to fill in each reflection for each competency section, and you get to pick whichever artifacts you think help you shine the most. So this is just to help you get started, but by no means anything to limit what you would like to do with your portfolio. I hope this was helpful, and if you have any questions, of course, ask your teacher.